Alright, we're going to have to ring for the coroner. Gentlemen, you must not speak of what you've seen here. It will only panic the people. Quickly, close the doors. You are sworn to secrecy.
Well, wait, what is it? What's happened to her? You sound like you know something.
Of course not. But does this look natural
Sounds like
to you?
he knows nothing.
No, not one bit.
Biology is not really my field.
Who are you, sir? You seem to know something about this sort of thing.
My name is Bertrand. I've experienced quite a bit of death in my short life.
He's a doctor.
You are a doctor.
I served in the army as a medical.
What do you know of this?
Well, I do not know much about this other than how unnatural it is. It's very, I would say, almost impossible for her to be in this condition this quickly. This is how one may look if they were deceased for weeks or even months.
Okay, then we are in agreement. Something is very mysterious here. There has been a murder.
What?
Murder?
Hey.
Like I still maintain that this may be one of the mummies from the artifacts down below.
But she is clearly dressed as the Countess.
Well, someone dressed it, yes. Do we know this is the Countess?
How could
We should still search the premises and see if she can't be found.
How could someone do this and not be noticed?
It's been at least about an hour since anyone's seen her.
Yeah.
So
Like they could have
Well,
just
like
stolen her clothes
like
and dressed a mummy. I mean,
somebody takes.
I would have done it.
Somebody takes a mummy from one of the exhibits and then gets it past all the people at the party and then brings it upstairs.
See, no one's like opened up the sarcophagi to look at the mummy. Like
Nobody
this
knows what the mummies look like.
Okay.
This must like maybe there are either more mummies than what are down there that are around the house, or one was taken out before everyone showed up here.
You know, the house mummy.
Somebody planned this ahead of time. Perhaps it's a joke by the Countess herself.
Whoever did this, this is a very
Although in bad taste.
Very bad taste. Yes.
none of you have ever heard of the Countess Philomena having a sense of humor. It's like,
Tell me, I wish to
I
examine.
merely maintain that it is possible.
I wish to examine the
She's
ground and the seat that she is sitting in for herbs, powder, straws, and other such trash.
well, there's nothing like that in the ground. However, the chair and the body do smell strongly of herbal odors, but it may also just be that this is an old room and they've just used satchels of potpourri to keep it from smelling terrible.
It is hard to tell if it is witch's ointment or merely lovely potpourri. I'm like nodding, and then I'm like,
similar.
Forgive me, Father, but
And I'm like,
did you say witch's ointment?
Catholic.
Is that
Yes.
like a poison of some sort?
Yes, the herbs, powder, straws, and other such trash which witches strew on the ground are a certain cause of death or illness to those who walk upon them.
Wait, you mean witches, like in Halloween?
Men and women who make deals with the devil to gain such mystical powers.
All right, sir. I have greatest respect for the church and its ways, but this is clearly a crime scene. Are you suggesting that the Lady Philomena was killed by witchcraft?
I'm merely saying it's a possibility. Are you suggesting that her body was switched from a mummy?
You yourself said this was unnatural and swore us to secrecy.
This young man's idea seems much more believable than the idea that the Countess was killed by witchcraft.
I have not found a witch yet, but this reeks of witchcraft.
I thought it reeked of herbal scents.
Those are easily mistaken.
What does witchcraft smell like?
Lovely potpourri.
The essential filthiness of demons is proved by the fact that their appearance is always accompanied by a loathsome stench.
But you said
Of
they leave no
sulfur.
trace.
I think it would be very hard
Do they
to
leave no
compare
trace, or do
this.
they leave a trace of sulfur?
Well, they
Yes.
leave no trace when they murder.
So they
So
stop smelling like
this.
sulfur.
Yes, demons are very tricky.
So where this not a
Ah.
murder, it would
So it
smell
must
of
be a
sulfur.
murder
So it must be a murder.
by a demon.
No!
Of course.
What?
We
No.
arrived at the logical conclusion.
So, Father, and then he looks at the rest of you. Don't touch the body.
I wouldn't dare.
Yes.
Don't let him touch the body.
I wouldn't
No.
let him touch the body.
So,
We like move over next to the pastor.
Father, what is your name? Father-
Gregory Lawrence.
Father Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
How often do you come across murders by demons?
I have not seen a murder by demon yet.
Oh,
It is
but
strange.
you are always looking for one.
Yes, I'm sure there's one out there. There must be. There has to be.
Well, this might be your one.
How fortunate.
Toi.
the chief of police
Oh, I
has
hope not.
left the room. It seems very clear that he's going to go try to ring up some actual policemen to show up or to
Yes.
call guards in. And for the time
Nice.
being, you are left in the room alone with the corpse. There's the 5 of you, and there are 3 other gentlemen here. Hansy McHanderson.
What is his name? Is he
his-
well known?
No, his name is Tristan Wren. He's actually an old classmate of his, like that wasn't particularly well liked at the time, but he's clearly the son of a wealthy family, probably one of those like second sons who's never going to inherit, but has enough wealth to like go drinking and buy his friends drinks and all that sort of thing. So he doesn't seem to recognize art at all, and but he carries himself as the kind of person who's basically used to being listened to.
You wouldn't recognize art if it was hit you over the head.
So does he recognize the face of his old school
No.
companion?
That's what he
No,
said.
He does not.
Art
Yeah.
as in Arthur.
Oh,
Yes, I am both.
that went right over my head. I was like, he carries himself as if he understands art, but he would not see the Mona Lisa.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. It's unfortunate you have a name that also means something else in English.
Yeah, he wouldn't recognize art.
And
It is very hard coming from
it's a
America
common
to
name,
Britain.
so-
I'm sure they have a different word for it here.
Klein is also here, of course.
Maybe.
I think
And
they call it the same thing.
as it turns out, in case it comes
You
up,
are a native.
the other person here is someone named Nigel Oakenforth.
Oh, fuck.
Whoa.
Nigel.
Don't worry.
He's
He's died in like 20 seconds.
Doesn't matter.
No, he's-
with a name like that, it's
No.
got to be preserved.
no, he's an older man in a top hat with like a white beard,
Oh, he's
and
fantastic.
he's got a little cane. stick.
Oh, definitely someone to note.
Yeah,
Hmm.
he's one of the old money people from town. You think he used to be an industrialist of some sort, but nowadays he's just like a rich old guy.
Is it Oakenfort?
Oakenforth.
Forth.
Oakenforth.
Not the third.
No,
Not the
You-
fourth either.
that's
because
my
I was like
brother.
you.
My brother is a third.
You think he's like a transplant from London who basically like, came out here to
Benjamin Franklin.
like retire or what have you.
The third.
But he shows up at wealthy events all the time. He's always like present at like the mover shaker events. He's always invited, so he's clearly well known. You think he's probably old money aristocracy from like the mainland or what have you, and just happens to be around because he's now retired and just has a lot of interest in things and has nothing else going on.
Well, since
And
we're
who's the
being
third one?
since we're being left alone,
Oh, it's Klein.
since we're being left alone, it's either we make small talk or we kind of like look and figure out what's going on in this room without touching.
Yeah,
but like take a quick glance at
let's
the-
look around and see if
the-
there are
the
any
makeup of the
signs.
room.
Yeah.
So
Let's
it's
investigate.
You don't think we should leave it to the professionals?
No, they're
Nonsense.
Just do not
Garbage.
touch. Do
I
not
am a
touch.
professional.
Oh, okay.
Are you, Father?
Yes.
Wait.
Can you be certain
you
that
are-
this is demon craft?
Well, it's. I mean, what else could it be?
I got nothing. I don't
so
believe my own theory.
now that you've been
Seen
left to your
many
own
chemicals.
devices and are able to sit around. It's a smaller sitting room. It's clearly one of the private ones that is designed for family members, so that it's not huge. got the usual like big fireplace, bookcases with some like decorative books that probably have never actually been read, and things like that. There's some minor statuary in the corners to show that they have artistic taste and whatnot. There's plush carpeting on the ground that's just fantastic. She's sitting in this big plush chair. It looks like the sort of thing where like someone would retreat to just like be in a small place to warm by the fire. The room is clearly small enough so that the fireplace can keep the whole thing very warm in winter. And
Is the fire burning now?
no, but
Okay.
it's very clear that it had been burning before and it's not on now. In fact, basically the only thing lighting the room is a couple of candles, and you get the sense that like the lady just came to kind of sit in here and like just retreat from the noise and the energy of the event so that she could just kind of regroup before she goes back out and does the usual handshaking and receiving the adulations of people, and all the people say, "Oh, you're the best, you're so wonderful, maybe I should someday marry your granddaughter," that kind of thing.
So she probably came here by herself, or if she did come out here like with somebody, like she was turned away from, she's turned towards the fire.
Mhm.
Would there be any indication that like is there like a second seat by the fire?
No, it's
And
it's
sitting in a very clearly resting pose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like not reading, just sitting.
No.
So she probably came here by herself, and if anybody else was in here at the same time that she was in here, they would have probably followed her.
Is Azel in the room?
Nope.
She's
Oh,
gone
she-
out to
she
talk to the
away.
little
She was
girl.
told to leave.
I was gonna
she's
tease
away.
your dead speaking ability.
It's okay because I was.
Could do
gonna
that later.
Anyways.
So the question
Is
is,
there anything Egyptian in the room?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Is there anything gold in the
idea.
room?
Yes, there's quite a bit. In fact, you're pretty sure this chair is trimmed with gold.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Egyptian
My pockets are like
gold?
full of gold.
The tray that has the brandy on it is also silver and gold.
Okay.
Okay.
Brandy.
The rings on her fingers are gold,
Brandy.
and you're pretty sure her brooch is ivory and gold.
Wait, so there's
Okay.
a tray with brandy on it?
It's a
Oh, it's just like off to the side on the
yeah,
bar.
it's just sitting there
Okay.
like she's
Not
got a
like
little
she
cup.
poured
There's a little crystal of it.
Is the glass empty or full?
It is partially drunken. You can see lipstick on the edge
So
where
she
she's taking a
drank it.
sip.
Oh, so
Hmm.
mummy poison.
Do I know of any mythical monsters that will mummify a person?
What's your occult ability?
60?
Sure, give it a roll. See if there are any mummification demons.
Let me let me double check that number.
So wait,
As a
so there was a
mineral.
fire, but the
Yep,
fire went
60.
out.
You can breathe in the sand.
I failed.
The fireplace is not warm, so if there was a fire, it was like from the day before.
Oh, okay.
Only
So-
roll above a 7.
I thought that like there might have been a fire when she went in. And
Do you
then now
start to
there's
tell
not a
us
fire.
something and then trail
No, I
off,
just
or
don't
you
know
just go,
No.
Like, have I heard of something?
Yeah.
So we get to small talking. And I find out that
Yes.
you are a student of chemistry, and I ask you, is there any sort of like, chemical solution that could do this to a person in such a short time?
that I don't know. Let me think.
Yes, there is.
Oh,
Yeah, you could soak her in a vat of like
Yeah.
highly salinic solution and like have it suck. It would require a salinic bath, heat lamps, like
So I like pull out a little notebook I have
Like,
for
yeah,
my
this is what
paper,
we would have
and I
to
start
do.
like sketching. I'm like, yes, if you had like 4 foot by
You're drawing
6
a-
foot,
You're drawing a pentagram in
and
your hand.
like
as you get the
Perhaps
sketching
20
going, you realize that
braziers.
you would need about as much equipment as could fit in this room in order to get it done.
You know,
and
if you move this around here and do it like make this swing that way, you could do it in a third the size.
student of the mechanical field. Fascinating. What do you do here in town?
Well, not much recently.
Well, I'm in the same boat. You should meet my good friend, Mr. Klein.
Hello. Hey.
Oh.
And as Klein like points and hays, you all turn and you notice that Tristan is touching the body.
What are you doing?
Stop it!
They told us not to do that. Do not.
He said we
No, you do not.
Look, but what if I have
Tristan,
They told
cut
us,
off your hand.
They told us one thing, and the one thing is not to do that. Do not.
We have to decrease your hands.
I will put this
Discard.
back then. I guess no one is interested.
Put what
Wait,
back?
what?
And you see him slip something back under her thigh.
Well, what was it?
What did you grab?
That is absolutely disgusting.
It was an herbal satchel, some sort of potpourri.
An herbal satchel, you say?
Yes. You didn't want me to touch anything, so
Well, good. Stay there.
Wait, you found it on her?
it was. I noticed something under her leg, and then I.
Under
Why,
her
man,
leg.
were you
He is
looking
handsy.
at a
No, it was
lady's
just peeking off the edge of her skirt.
Years.
Well, I mean,
Existence.
you could probably touch that without touching the body. It wasn't on there,
I
was
was
it?
given explicit directions not to touch the body, but I would
What-
most appreciate.
As you guys get there, you realize that Tristan has now stuffed it far enough under her leg that now you have to touch the body to get back there. Like when you put it back, you just like squished it in there.
How did you even see it if it was all the way under there?
No, it was sticking out before.
Well,
This man handles the dead quite carelessly.
So it's under the cushion. It's between the leg and the cushion, right?
Yeah, she's sitting on it.
Could I press down the cushion enough that the thing might fall out?
You'd have to reach in there a little bit.
Dexterity.
Yeah.
Just have to be a little. He's already touched the body.
a little dexterous.
I cannot commit a
Slip
faux
in
pas of such sorts by touching it.
Who would be brave enough to
I would.
You would be.
break the law and break the trust of a policeman?
As you guys all gather at, Tristan just goes over to the bookcase and starts like picking books up and starts.
Fine. That's fine. You didn't say don't touch the books. Don't touch the body.
Well, see, I would be brave enough to do it in another scenario, but not in the legal scenario.
You know what?
So I'm
I'll
looking
do it.
around the room to see if there's any other clues
Oh.
on the floor. And
He goes for it.
Yeah, I just reach in and grab it. out of
Chester grabs
I
it.
will not
Oh.
touch that.
Well, I'm not going to stand here holding it. Get like a tray or something.
Put it down by
You
next to it.
you definitely can tell that the lady is very very bony. Like you reach your hand in there, it's like
Yeah.
it's
whoa.
a big bag of folk.
Yeah, it's not nearly.
There's some
that.
there's some rocks in there.
So one thing that would be important for people to know is that in this time period, it wasn't unusual for people to carry small satchels of potpourri around so that when they were in the streets and passed like super smelly places,
Okay.
that they would hold these to their mouths so that they could avoid the smell of the common people.
Yeah, that's really smart.
Why is it
Not to
on
bring that on the
her
book.
leg?
Peter.
She may have
Busy
brought
butts.
it out because she smelled something, and when she passed, it slipped from her hand.
It would normally be something you would keep in your purse.
Huh.
So the
Yeah.
fact that it's under her leg is a little unusual.
Perhaps it is
Was
to
it-
dis.
And it wasn't like wedged
Guys,
under, it
the
just like
smell.
rolled.
No, she was sitting on top of it, like it was on the chair, and she had somehow like it was wedged enough that only like the small like top part where you can see the little string of the sack is out
Doesn't
there.
make any sense. That sounds like
Does
she's
anyone
placed here,
recognize these herbs?
You would
If
have
only
to
our
open
cook
it
was
up
here.
and start looking more carefully because the satchel is mostly opaque. So
I do not know herbs.
Neither do I. I just know.
you're
when to
also
use them.
in Wales, so it's herbs because there's an H.
Ah,
But I am.
Yes,
I do not say herbs.
and I'm an American.
Yes, that's true.
Au revoir.
You should make a search roll
Placed it-
Okay.
as you're looking around.
Oh, yeah, no, it's me.
Because Art is
Okay.
like, while you guys are
Placed it.
distracted
Yeah.
by,
Yes.
Why are you guys
by
doing
Bone
that?
Girl, he's laid.
By,
I'm gonna
by
actually
societal
try.
faux pas, which I cannot afford
Bone
to
Lady,
make.
I'm sorry.
Oh, spot hidden.
Bone, madam.
That's a 6 with the standard 25%.
Oh, okay. So you're watching Tristan because you suspect that Tristan is like a sketchy fellow, and you don't find anything yourself, but you could have sworn that you just saw Tristan put something into his pocket.
I'm gonna pick his pocket.
Oh,
The pocket that becomes the pickpocketed.
This
All right.
is how you investigate.
I appreciate that move.
all right, so you guys.
I don't know
So
where it
first
came
of all,
from.
you
I
just
took it
have
off
to
of
sidle up.
Yeah,
there.
no, I'm gonna come up to him and pick up a conversation.
It's
Okay.
a thief stealing from another thief.
All right. Make your roll. See if you can't.
All right. So this is sneak.
Yes.
All right. 41 beating my 80.
Whoa.
Oh.
Someone wanted to succeed all the time, it seems.
All right.
I'm
Appreciate
I'm a
Yeah, I
pickpocket.
guess it's true. It's your one thing.
This is going to be opposed.
Well, sneak's just a general thing.
Hey, what are you doing? You got two.
No.
It's like,
Wow.
Give that back. That's mine.
Is it now? I saw you take it.
You did not. How
yeah,
dare
you
you?
took it from right there. Where
And
did,
you
where
took
did
that out of my pocket.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Where did he take it from? That shelf?
You didn't see him actually taking it. You saw him putting it in his pocket. Like you saw him reach his hand in.
Well,
and put
wait,
something
what
in
is
Whoa,
it.
whoa, whoa. Hold on. Fellas, let's calm down.
Well, what is
let's
it?
hear the whole story.
It's just a folded up piece of paper.
Unfold
Like-
it?
I'm gonna unfold it real quick.
It's so it's not actually a piece of paper. When you unfold it, it's a really old piece of parchment. Like
Okay.
it's like a piece of a really really old book, and the writing on it is clearly like those like, Egyptian cartouche things. It's just a little scrap, like it's been
Here.
peeled off the corner of. a
Why
book.
would you have had this in your pocket, Tristan?
My son, did you rip that off of something from downstairs?
No, of course not. That's
Can-
ridiculous.
Can I use psychology to see if he's lying?
Sure.
Fail! God damn it!
I am a student of ancient cultures and history. I heard that this was going to be an exhibit of Egyptological artifacts. So of course I would come and want to consult with the great minds that are here studying this research.
So you
And this fellow tried to steal from me one of my prized possessions.
Stolen from this exhibit?
it's a prized possession. Do you know what's written on this?
No, this is what I hope to find out.
Then what is this in particular that you felt compelled to bring it?
I do not know. I picked it up on my family's last holiday to Cairo.
Oh, well.
And this man tried to steal it from me.
I don't
No,
buy
I'm not
it.
concerned.
Maybe you should give it back.
I feel like you should give it
You
back.
have no evidence. How
It's-
dare you?
Well,
It's a
If
treasured
I had my
object.
gloves with me, I would challenge you to a duel at this moment.
Ooh, I would accept.
I do not think that there's much more pressing matters.
Oh, I have a 60% in fencing.
There's an unknown mystery murder occurred. I don't think that this is the time for more conflict.
That
No.
you are right, my
challenge-
good
the
man. We
person
must
who's being
clearly
challenged
be
chooses the
concerned about the fate of the dead. If you'll return my document, please.
Very well. You could stop touching things, Tristan.
He
Perhaps
carefully
you should
folds it
stop
back.
stealing things.
Does he remember you at
Son.
that point?
No.
Like even after you've
No,
confronted him?
I never
like,
did that
The word
before.
of God is very clear.
As a kid.
Oh.
Thou shalt not steal. You are down a very dark
No,
path.
he's too full of himself. You're not important enough for him to ever have noticed who you are.
Look, I'm merely trying to find out what happened. He keeps touching things.
It doesn't say thou shalt not touch, but thou shalt not steal.
He has a point.
So.
He is
I believe it
guilty
was
of
not
the
his
sin of
parchment.
touch. You are guilty of the sin of seal.
Well, he must confess in order to be rid of his sin.